Keenan Channels here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're in Kaiser, West Virginia, just off Route 46, and we're looking at 7.38 unrestricted acres, and I'm standing here on Jake Staggers Road. And as you can see, this is a nice paved road. We're less than a mile here off of Route, we're maybe right at a mile off Route 46, which is going to be down here. And I walk down here, but we'll just kind of do this together. But this ground is unrestricted, fronts on a good paved road, already has a driveway roughed in down to like a building site, and there's electric on it 100 foot from the build site. So this place has a lot going for it. But let's look here. My truck's parked right here, like where the little driveway goes down. And then the corner, you know, the property line's right here where the driveway starts. So we're on the far left-hand side of the property. Let me show you here what we're working with. So here's the property, and we're starting like right here. And the little driveway comes down and stops like right in here. And there's a little pad that's overgrown down here. But you're going to have some really, really nice views here to the west and to the north, kind of looking at Knobby Mountain. But it's a little bit easier to show you on the tax map here. So as you can see, we're right here. And the little driveway goes down. This is the electric line right here. And this is the little pad. You can see just like a little opening right there. But nice big trees on this. But let's walk down here and I'll just give you a look here. I gotta put my stick there so my papers don't blow away. So, and you're seeing it for the first time, kind of just like I am. But I'll walk you down in here. I mean, this driveway right here is probably, it's probably 100 yards long, I would say, from here down to like the build site. But I mean, just having a driveway roughed in like this, where you don't have to, you know, pay somebody to knock down a bunch of trees and stuff like that. I mean, right there's 10,000 bucks. So you're already way ahead of the game on infrastructure. And what I'll show you here is this is, you know, shale ground in here. And that's what we use to build driveways out of. So really, you just need to get somebody in here with a dozer and straighten this driveway up a little bit. But you got all the shale in the world here to work with, you know, so you're not going to be hauling shale in here to build your driveway up or anything like that. I mean, this is perfect as far as that goes. Now, you're not going to grow a vegetable garden in this. I mean, you know, or have a really nice yard in this shale unless you haul some topsoil in. But for the purposes of, you know, digging out a build site, building a driveway, it's perfect. That's what you want. So, as you can see here, there's the electricity. And I believe there's a little phone box on the short pole there. That's your phone. And this will give you an idea. Now, the property line, you can see what your view is going to look like. And this is looking west. And that's Knobby Mountain over there. But I just want to show you. Let me zoom this in. If you see the little white poster sign down there, that's the property line. Like I said, we're all the way over on the left-hand side of the property. But this is a good spot to point out, and you're going to see this when I do the drone shots. I mean, you're going to have a nice view from here. Now, the ground pretty much all slopes downhill, and you have like a little ridge right in here is what you'll work with for your building site. But it's not a bunch of usable ground here, but it's very private. There's not a house anywhere close to this whatsoever. So it's very private. You're going to have a nice view. Let me just walk you down here to the little pad that's here. So as you can see, you know, this pad's been here for a long time because it's got, you know, some pine trees growing up here in the middle of it. So, you know, you could cut them out with a chainsaw, but, you know, you could probably push those out with a tractor to get the stumps out. I mean, they're not really big, but this will just kind of give you an idea of what, kind of like how you get started here, basically. Like, I mean, this is big enough probably to get a camper down in here now. you know, if you get these trees cut out of the way and stuff like that. But I'll kind of show you. So looking back up this way like that, I'd say we're probably 100 yards from the road down in here. But I mean, I walked down in here about 5 minutes ago, just so I knew what I was looking at before I got started. But so like right in here, and you could see like where they cut the bank out here, you know, to make this pad. And that's what, you know, if you want your pad bigger here, you'll cut this bank back more and work the material out this way. But as far as a building site goes, it's going to be kind of like right here on this point. There's like a little ridge that goes off right here. And I'll show you the property line. Like I said, we're pretty close to the property line here. You can see that little thing on the tree. I'm assuming that's a posted sign there. That's about right as far as the line goes. But I don't know if I can zoom out and zoom in there, but you're gonna have a really nice view here, and you got enough room to cut the trees you need to cut here to open the view up, because most of the property goes this way. But there's also a big view back here to the north that you're gonna get. But, and when I walked down here a couple minutes ago, there were two like small bucks right here. I think they were both probably like 6 points or something. But this gives you an idea, you know, of kind of what the slope of the ground's like. I mean, it's not that bad. It's got nice trees on it. And, well, and there's an old road bed in here too. I can see that. I see a tree stand too. Oh yeah, there's an old, I'll show you this. There's an old road bed down in here. Makes a nice fuller path that probably cuts all the way through the property. It almost has to. So I'm just on this little backbone, you know, ridge right here. And I'm going to have to cut the video off here for, oh, I see. I see. Okay. So this is pretty neat. So, okay, so there's a little tree stand. Let me look at my onyx here and see where we're at. But you could see this little road bed runs all the way out through there like that, which is kind of neat. And I see a little placard on a tree right here beside of me. Let me cut this video off and get an idea about where we're at on here as far as the property line goes. But this is really, really pretty looking back this way. I mean, having that little road bed on there is very nice. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty on the 7.38 acres, Jake Staggers Road, Kaiser, West Virginia. So I've done a little bit more poking around here, and I think the Onyx, and when I say Onyx, that's the app on my phone that tells me where I'm at on the property. And the Onyx seems to be pretty accurate here with what I'm seeing on the ground. But so I'm standing on this road bed here that appears like it's an old logging road or something. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty level here. You know, you clean this out and use this as an ATV path. But that runs out through, and the property line is just to the left here of this old road bed. And the building pad is right up over the hill here, about maybe 50 yards or so. And you could see the big trees and stuff in here. So, you know, you got enough room. I mean, if you want to cut trees between this old road bed here and the pad to open up your view, that's going to be plenty enough to open up your view kind of like to the north. But I want to walk you back up here where I just ended the last video, because I think I got this figured out. So right up here, this little road kind of makes like a bend. But so I'm gonna say, and this is how you tell you're getting close to the property line in West Virginia, when you start seeing tree stands, you know, the grass is always greener. But So, see this tree stand right here? I'm gonna say that's just on the property line on the neighbor, because the plat calls for an old tree right here. So, and you could see there's some old fence here on this dead pine snag. And where I'm standing, if you see the little white sign there, I'm gonna assume that's a posted sign. That's what it looks like going around this thing. So right here where I'm standing, this is where it's gonna come down from Jake Staggers Road. It's gonna come down here, and this is gonna be like your 90-degree corner right here at this. And this is what the Onyx is saying too. This old pine tree with some fence in it, right in here is gonna be like your 90-degree corner where it's gonna take off and grow straight to the right here. So this would be the back left-hand corner of the property where I'm standing at right here. But from everything I'm seeing, you know, that old road that I just walked on going out through there is on this property, kind of like on the bottom side of it, on the edge of it, you know, all the way out through there. And so, you know, right up there is the pad. So you probably got a good 50, 60 yards up there to where the pad is. So, I mean, you got plenty of room here, I believe, to cut any kind of tree you need to cut, you know, to get your view opened up to the north and to the west, which is nice. So, and you might hear a little bit of road noise here. I mean, you're going to hear cars on 46 down here. So you are going to get a little bit of road noise, because 46 is down over the hill here in the hollow. But this is nice. I mean, the woods are pretty in here. It's not that steep. I mean, it's on the hillside, but, you know, it is West Virginia, but this isn't bad at all. But having that road bed, look how far that thing goes out across there, you know. I might have to walk out there and explore, but, you know, looks to me like that thing might run all the way through the property lengthwise. So, so far so good. This is a nice looking property. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at the 7.38 acres off of Jake Staggers Road in Kaiser. And I just want to point something out here. So I'm all the way now down at the far right-hand side of the property. And I just want to show you here. So it's easy to tell where you're at here because the neighbor's driveway kicks off, you know, to the left right here. And you could see all these survey marks. So this line here, the far right-hand boundary line, is going to be marked well. I mean, this looks like a new survey here. So that's good. So the right-hand side should be pretty well marked. And from everything that the Onyx was showing me, everything jives pretty well here. You know, you can see like the old posted signs down there, you know, kind of like on the left-hand property boundary. But just what I wanted to show you up here, I mean, this is the property over to this side of the road. But look at the view you got. I mean, of course, you know, the building site's going to be down there where I did the first video, but this would just give you an idea. Look at that. It's beautiful. And then here's kind of gonna, let me get here in the shade a little bit. So that's kind of looking at Knobbly Mountain to the north there. And that's going to be kind of the western view. Now, you're not going to get, you know, something that big from down there at the building site. And the thing with this property is, I mean, it's steep, you know, off the road here. But you got one good building site, but that building site there's plenty enough to work with to build whatever you want to build. It's unrestricted, good paved road frontage, nice views, electricity on site. I mean, this one's tough to beat. It's a good one. You better get here quick. And we're, you know, maybe 15 minutes from the Walmart in Kaiser, maybe. I mean, this one's going to go really, really fast. So give me a call.